Amazing people. Happy Friday. Good to see everybody. Big waves to you. I'm paranoid. Andrea, can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear, Coach. Loud and clear.
Okay. This is a great word today. And Bill, I was just playing. I love the words this week. I'm so sorry I was not able to get on yesterday. I had a last minute, we need you on. And so I had to jump on something, but I missed you and went and looked at the live recording. So thank you for the message yesterday, Andrea. And today the word is patient, brought to us by Bill Saling. And I think that's right. Susan's looking at Bill like, Bill, did you send that? So anyway, maybe he sent it for you to be patient with him, Susan. So the word's patient, able to accept or tolerate delays, problems, or suffering without becoming annoyed or anxious. Isn't that hard? Like, I just want us to sit in that for a moment. How many of you would raise your hand and agree that you're impatient? I say a lot of times my patience is legendary. It's like that long. It's even right now, I'm a little under the weather and I'm impatient. I'm like, come on, body, let's get this thing over with. And so I can really, this is a good word for me. But I want to read this to you. I came across this and it says patience. Patience is the ability to endure difficult circumstances, such as perseverance in the face of delay. Tolerance, it's without responding in annoyance, anger, when you're under strain, when you're under pressure, especially when faced with long-term difficulties. Patience is the level of endurance one can have before negativity. So I share this with you because I can look at our health journeys, our financial journeys, our professional career. I look back on my life and I go, man, it's hard not to be impatient. It's hard to act in a patient manner because I want it now as a human. You know, I just, the flaw in me wants it today. I don't want to wait for the future or what the future has to hold. If I'll just continue putting one foot in front of the next, left foot, right foot step, right? Does everybody agree with it? Does that make sense? But let me tell you what patience is not, that sometimes people think it is. Patience doesn't mean that you're passive or you're resigning, but it truly means power. Patience is power. It's an emotional freeing practice of waiting, watching, and knowing when to act. That's what patience is. It allows us time to strategically think and completely evaluate the situation. You know, I think about Bill Saling. When I think about this, I think about when he fought for our freedom, right? Just so you know, Bill was a proud and honorable patriot. And I could see him being very patient and strategic in his active duty. And I look at that and just go, what does it do? It allows you time to strategically think and completely evaluate the situation. Things have time to fall in place when you're patient, presenting a clear and strategic view of what's taking place. You're okay with waiting until things calm down, putting you in a better position to make a strategic decision. Patience. And then the last thing I want to say is, what does patient people possess? I don't know where your life is right now. I don't know where it is. Everybody's got different health journeys right now, professional careers right now. Their finances are in different places right now. Their relationships are in different places right now. But think about where you're at. And I pray that you really reach out and try to find patience. Because here's what happens with patient people. Patient people enjoy better mental health. Patient people are better friends and neighbors. They're more empathetic. They're more forgiving. Patient people helps us achieve our goals because the road to achievement is a long road. It's a long road for all of us. And those without patience who want to see the results immediately may not be willing to walk the road. Let's walk the road together. Let's find ways to be patient. And then ultimately, patience is linked to great health. I'm not a billboard of that right now with my sniffles. But I pray to the good Lord above that this lesson today really sticks with me. And I take this word patience with me in my journey and my walk down this road. And I pray the same for you. Andrea, I'll turn it to you.
Oh, that was a good one. And this one was timely. So I just have to read what Madeline put in the comments because I thought, oh my goodness. So haste makes waste. Being patient brings rewards. And goodness gracious, like how many times, I just think about my life, how many times was I impatient? So I ran off and did something and like ended up breaking something or spilling something or just wasting my time, my resources, because I was just in such a hurry to do something that what I did really didn't have value. So I just thought this was a good one. The quote that I found was, patience is not the ability to wait, but the ability to keep a good attitude while waiting. And that's Joyce Meyer. And I got to say, this is not a strength of mine. This is absolutely not a strength. So what I looked up was how to be more patient. And if you guys are anything like me, you could probably use this lesson as well. So first of all, oh, and I loved this one. Stop doing things that are unimportant. Stop doing the things that aren't truly important. And I think sometimes for myself, I can be so impatient because I'm overwhelmed by my to-do list. I'm like thinking about everything I've got to get done that day, do. But if I paused for a moment and looked at that to-do list, I could probably erase half of it. Just erase it, right? Because it's not going to make a difference in my life. It's not going to make a difference in your life. Nobody will care, right? If I choose not to dust the chandeliers that day, right? Maybe you got to do them eventually, but that day it's not that important. So take a moment and cross off as much off your to-do list as you can. And not by doing it, by just saying, nah, that's not important today. Next is reframe the situation. So feeling impatient is not just an automatic emotional response. It involves conscious thoughts and beliefs too. So what happens, have you ever been like at a coffee shop and you're waiting for somebody and they were supposed to, Maddie's impatient with me right now, but they were supposed to be there 15 minutes ago. And sometimes when we're waiting, we could be thinking, oh my gosh, I hope they're okay. Oh, I hope they didn't get stuck in traffic. I hope they didn't get run over by a bus. I hope, and we can frame it into kind of a worry space. But then sometimes we can frame it into, oh my gosh, they are always so rude. How disrespectful. How, how could they be so, unthoughtful, whatever it may be. We can go into this place where it was intentional, right? And that's just a reframing in our mind. We know no other information, right? We have no other information. We don't have any other input. We're just choosing what's happening between our ears. So when we're choosing to be patient, we can reframe it by saying, oh my goodness, I'm so grateful that I have these extra 15 minutes to sit here and enjoy my coffee in peace. or to read my book, or to cross off an item on my to-do list. I hope they're 20 minutes late so that I can get a little bit more done, or I can enjoy this quiet, or whatever it may be. But just reframe it. Number 3 is, Kaylin, you want to help me with this, beastie? Number 3 is practice mindfulness. So take a deep breath, right? Notice that I'm feeling impatient. Notice that I'm feeling angry or overwhelmed can help me be more patient. Next one is to practice gratitude. How many times a week do we talk about gratitude? Like 1,000. The power of gratitude is just incredible. But when we feel grateful, we're better at being patient. And when we're feeling grateful, we're better at delaying gratification. So be thankful for what we have today, so we're not as worried about when the rewards are coming, right? And then lastly, oh no, I've got 2 more. Oh no, this is the last one. Okay, just kidding. Be patient with me. Lastly, put it in perspective. So if we think about it, like you guys all know, I'm a Friends fan. Like if you throw me in front of a television, there better be a Friends episode on it, because I will sit there for days watching Friends, right? And I don't get impatient when that television show takes 22 minutes of my life. I'm happy to sit there and giggle along with all of their antics. But if I'm sitting in traffic for 22 minutes, I'm a maniac, right? I like want to pull out my hair. I'm calling, yes, that exact hand movement, Rick. Like, oh, what is wrong with these people? I'm surrounded by morons, right? But I was happy to sit for 22 minutes in one situation and miserable in the other. But isn't my work that I'm driving to more important than that television show? Isn't my kids that I'm waiting to go pick up more important than that television show? Absolutely. So if I can put it in perspective and look at the big picture and realize, well, that time waiting, that time in traffic, it's getting me where I need to go, right? Not as quickly as I want, right? Not as, expedited, but it's getting me to the things that are truly more important. So just putting in perspective can definitely help. So that's what I had today. Maddie's very impatient. She says it's time for us to throw balls. She's been waiting very patiently because mom slept in this morning and she didn't get her exercise time. So this was a good one today, Coach. Thank you.
Great. No, great lesson there. And I want to tell everybody before you get off this morning, thank you for getting on here. Our numbers are great. There's a lot of new people that are joining us now. Keep sharing this, not for me, it's a lesson for all of us, like the inspiration we gather from just coming on for 10 or 15 minutes in the morning. I really believe that this is a special community that really God has brought together for a bigger purpose than probably we even realize right now. So thank you for your inspiration of getting on every morning. We really appreciate you. We love you. We're grateful for you. And we look forward to seeing you on Monday. Have a great weekend.
Have a good weekend. Thank you, Coach. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Be
Great
safe.
weekend.
Great weekend. Love you guys.
Yeah.